lateness of this video. I've been very busy lately and I have a lot of things going on, and I was also waiting on a delivery from my friend in order to record this video. I'll be showing off items that they brought to me. I'll get into that in a moment, but it's also just been very busy, and I know that the next week I will probably be mostly offline and most everywhere as I visit with friends who are coming to visit and spend time with them and those who are close to me. So apologies if either there is no video next week or it's a little bit late. So my apologies. I will try my best. But thank you all for understanding, and as well, thank you for 4,000 subscribers, which I'd never thought would ever be a thing I would say. Thank you from the bottom of my fluffy heart. I love all of you. But today, I have some items that my friend SyberCollie has brought to me from the junkyard that he would visit. And he returned with many different things, and he's in town visiting from where he lives, out of state, and he brought me these things, and I wanted to record a video with them. So first, today, I have this Saturn owner's manual from, I believe, 1994. It's got hardcover, so it sounds very nice. I actually drive a Saturn, but that is all I will say. If you see it, you will know. Otherwise, I will not disclose anything else. But I love it very much. Plastic car. And I wish very much that I could have the wagon that is in the middle of this picture, of the body style. This. And interestingly enough, there's actually a card here which describes contact information for a Saturn dealership from, I presume, the mid-1990s, which no longer exists. My car is actually my first car. I have a second one now, my Jeep, but it is not roadworthy yet. This is very neat to imagine that this place doesn't even exist anymore. So even if you called these numbers, you would get nothing. Which is why I'm not worried about showing it. Or names, because publicly accessible. And also was 30 years ago almost. So. my car was very weird in that it was the last year of a certain body style, and it had power windows, power locks, and mirrors, so fancy. And it was also the higher tier trim level with the body color bumpers instead of black and the nice wheels. But it had the most basic radio and sound system. It only had AM, FM radio. No cassette, no CD, nothing. Just a clock. Obviously I changed the radio because we live in modern times and I need my Bluetooth music. It's a very interesting thing too. In the 1990s, different companies were trying to promote awareness of lap belts, or seat belts, safety belts. So there were always big sections of owner's manuals at the start describing that you should wear a seatbelt for these reasons. And it's funny looking back at the reasons why they would try and convince people. Something else also funny about this is that this particular manual has artwork for pictures and things. It has some actual pictures, but mostly artwork, as you can see. But other ones, later ones actually have pictures of people. There's one particular image that I like, which I will try and pull from the next one that I have to show, which I have here. They didn't like to put years on the outside of these, but this is 1995, so this is the next year. They decided to go very boring. Though, I do very much like the cover. I still have my owner's manual for mine. It still has things in it. Such as a card from dealership, I think. Not like the one that I showed, but just a general warranty card. Yes, my owner's manual was very weird. It looked like a pair of jeans. Just very odd. This one was actually water damaged, unfortunately. The pages on this, because of this, are very loud and very crunchy. But they make a nice sound. The funny thing to me is that this car, Saturns are made as very low-budget cars, but very good cars. And that is best evidenced in the fact that air conditioning was an option. Something else interesting to note. the previous manual I showed, the 1994, it smelled brand new, like new car smell on the inside, which you can smell obviously because video, but it's very strong and very interesting that it smells that way. I also have here yet another owner's manual. I have very many, mostly Saturn, but this one is different. It's a 1992 Oldsmobile 88, I think, owner's manual, and I like this one because it shows off the best thing about the 80s and 90s, in my opinion, in cars. Digital gauges. I love them. They are my favorite thing in cars. And we stopped doing them, unfortunately. Well, we technically went back, but it's not the same. This one sounds a bit more creaky. Next, something else, a little bit different. A Mopar maintenance log from 1992. This is from a 1992 Dodge Dakota specifically. And it's of note because, aside from the fact that, once again, sounds nice, on one page, there is a shop by the name of, I think it's Terrible's Lube, which is interesting. Not entirely sure why you would name your shop that, but I guess it drew customers in 30 years ago. I also have this. It's a Saturn key, I believe, from the same car that came out, that the 94 owner's manual came out of. I could be wrong. I forget what Cyber told me. He can correct me in the comments. But, just a nice little key. Make some good tappies. like it because it's from 1985, my favorite year, but also it's thick enough to make very nice paper sounds. Also have some other things less related to cars and more related to washers and dryers from the 80s, and I believe this is from the 80s. I have others from, I think, the early 90s, but this one is from the 1980s. This is of note because of the very creepy sun that is on the front cover. It tells you many things on how to launder properly, how to use your dryer, understanding your dryer, and before using your dryer. You can hear advice from the 1980s on how to properly dry laundry. Loading your dryer. For best drying results and energy savings, sort dryer loads carefully. Separate loads in mold according to the type of fabric and weight. Allow room for items to tumble freely. Not much has changed in that regard. Do not allow children to operate dryer, play with, or crawl inside. Also has not changed. user's guide. I don't know when it's actually from. I have not actually seen this until just now. It was buried under something. It even comes with instructions to install. As you can see on the front, rather old. Many different things. Although I do have more manuals and things. I suppose that was a lot of tapping. I will now stop rambling about old things. Thank you for listening. And rest well.